Hello YouTubers, so this is going to be one of those restoration type of videos with these Dukane horns I have here. The 5A30 horns. Now, those of you that haven't watched the overview video, or I should say analysis video, these horns are very weathered, but they do work. But I want to go through and see if I could repaint these, but I'm trying to clean up like all of this right now. This cast aluminum that's disintegrating. So I'm going to paint one of these horns. I'll call school bus yellow here. See, a yellow AP horn. And the other horn's going to be this midnight blue, as I'll call it. And this particular brand of spray paint, I find that this spray paint does a really good job with not having so much issues in terms of the crackly effect that I don't like. I usually have that problem with Rust-Oleum paint, but never had that problem with this Bear branded paint. And it gives a nice finish, so that's what I'm going to use with these two horns. Now, I already have started with this horn behind the scenes. I cleaned this up, and as you notice, night and day difference. It's really shiny now, just about. It had the same amount of gunk going on like this guy here. And I was really careful not to rip the stickers. I would like to try to see if I can save these stickers if I can. So that way I have the tap chart still here. Now this one's just really bad. Everything's flaking off of it. So hopefully that this will be clean pretty soon here. Using a wire wheel here. I kind of started the inside a little bit too. Now this part's a little more challenging because this paint is very adhered to this sheet aluminum pretty good. It's just sheet aluminum. I put some WD-40 on these screws down here because, again, Rusty the Rustman made our precious screws all rusty. So now I have to find a way to get these out without breaking the screws out because they are severely rusted in place. So yeah, I'm going to keep on going here, and I will update you guys as I go. Okay guys, so I got this one AP horn apart here, the one I shined the back up on. And here's the anatomies of an older AP horn. I've actually never been in an AP horn. I've been in APF horns, but I'm surprised how small that transformer is. It's really small. But at least the inside of this looks pretty decent. It's untouched, which that's a good thing. Got the diaphragm out over here, and it does indeed use the same diaphragm as the APF horn I did a repair on several years ago at this point. Magnet's really tiny on this. Some of the newer ones, the magnet's quite huge, but this one's got a tiny little magnet. Impressive. I'll leave it there so it doesn't pick up any debris and get lodged in the magnet. And it looks like we had a little bit of a spider-tastic party going on here because there's a nice big spider egg of the past and a bunch of gunk. Spider party. Maybe Spider-Man had a little party in this. I don't know. And then here's this. Now this is terrible. This has got to get cleaned up. It's very rough. More spider webs and other carcasses. Just a bunch. Look. Legs. Legs of something. Some kind of fly. Even more debris on the inside. Yeah, these definitely need the love that they can get. So yeah, I'm gonna finish cleaning this all off. And then this one should be ready to be painted. I think this one might be the school bus yellow I might go for on this one. Okay, YouTubers, so it's about 3 hours later, believe it or not. And I just got done sanding all the bits and pieces of this horn. Both horns, I should say. Now, I did not completely remove the old paint. I was just getting all, like, the blemishes and stuff out. Because there were some blemishes where the old paint was peeling on these. As you can see, I really went to town on this one here because this one was really bad. There's our diaphragms right there in a safe spot. I was able to remove the stickers, which is nice, so I could reuse those. Got all these taken apart. So the next part is I need to scrub this stuff down. Whatever I can scrub down in the transformers, I'll just have to clean with something else. And then we'll be ready to paint these finally. Okay, YouTubers, so it's about several hours later. I have put 2 coats of paint on these horns, as you can see. This is the main, obviously the main part of the horn that I have suspended on a wire up in the air, so that way I could get decent coverage on the both of these. The blue one, I really like how it came out. This one looks excellent. Very shiny, looks brand new. Did the whole inside. This one too is okay. The reason I say okay, because I did go a little crazy with paint, like here, it kind of dripped down a little bit. Same with here, but it was worse earlier, that's for sure. Now, for whatever reason, this yellow paint, it's very thin, which this is the first time I've used the yellow bear paint. I've used like the green and the red, and those ones have really good coverage. But for whatever reason, this doesn't have a. I have to put like really go heavy with the 2 coats on this just to cover everything. But it's looking better. I did go all the way inside as well because obviously I want to try to hide little imperfections. Oh, sorry about the fan if you heard it. Have that going to dry these off. Now I'm gonna let these sit here for probably a day or 2 just to cure, like this. All the little parts, I have them separated into 2 little workstation areas. So I have the yellow, all the parts of the one Dukane horn on this yellow box you see here that's been spray painted. And this has all been cleaned and it looks beautiful. That's a beautiful paint job right there. Not all rough. Night and day difference for sure. Those of you that watched the analysis video. This came out good, and then this bottom was really bad, and now it's completely just, it looks factory now. Now, I did paint this a little bit. It's fine. It will not hurt anything. I don't have the diaphragm in there because I obviously removed them. I didn't go too crazy with the top of this because if you go too crazy with the paint, it gets thicker and thicker, and then I don't need this to have a hard time swiveling, so I intentionally left that the top of this kind of little bit light coats, we'll call it. The light coat of paint. The blue here, same deal. This came out really good as well. Oh yeah, and I also painted the screws because, well, I didn't want to see some rusty screws, so we're trying to freshen these horns up, not have these half painted and half rusty type of deal. I put some tape over where the wires come in and where the tapping little wheel is at, or the rotary dial, or whatever you want to call it, so that way don't get paint on that kind of stuff. We don't need that. Same deal, I went kind of light on the top, it went crazy on the base. I flipped this around a couple of times to make sure that it gets some good coats of paint on that. Night and day difference, man. It's crazy. So hopefully within a couple of days I should be able to put these back together again. I have the diaphragms and everything aside over here, just set aside. I was even able to clean these, which is nice. These are really good O-rings that this horn has. It's not falling apart. It's in really great shape still. Not bad for its age. I was semi-able to clean up this Dukane logo little cap here. So I'm going to leave these alone. I'm going to just let them be. The stickers I have there, so I'm going to be able to glue these back down. So yeah, that is the painting progress. I will update you guys once I start assembling these, probably within a couple of days. Okay, you guys, so it's been a couple of days now since I let these sit and cure. The paint job is amazing on these. I did finally put these together, as you can see. Did it off camera because there was tons of assembly required. and trying to be careful not to scrape the paint as I especially put in the middle section here. These were some very sad looking horns, and the crazy part is they look like brand new now. The only things that remain original that I didn't really bother restoring too much were these logo caps. The side where the wires come in, and I managed to glue the little tap chart back on this because I was able to carefully peel them off all in one piece. So I just used some Elmer's glue, just a little bit of it, to glue the sticker back on both of these horns, as you can see. So that's a win-win. I was really wanting to make sure that stickers are saved. So it's cool to see these together. And the colors of these horns, it just screams IKEA to me, because obviously the IKEA store colors is obviously blue and yellow. So just love to see these, the IKEA theme we'll call it. Just thought of that last night, so maybe one day I should take these horns to IKEA to show off the colors. It's because it just looks so cool. So let's play a song so you can hear what these sound like. So as you can hear, they sound good. The one of these horns had a slight rattle to it before I started this project, but whatever I did, these horns sound crystal clear now, both of them. So they don't have no rattle. And these two horns are really nice to drop the diaphragm back, and you didn't have to do any realignments or anything, because from my experiences working with an APF horn, those horns are a pain in the butt, especially the newer ones, because they use a bigger magnet on those, and they just loosely fit on the top of the housing. These ones, the tolerances are so tight on that magnet that it just drops in without any wiggle room, which is nice, as well as the diaphragm. They fit. The voice coil has no chance of rubbing up against the magnets, so that's a win-win here. I took the time to paint the screws, as you can see. Even the rusty Reassembly screws, they are no more. Even the little screw in the middle. Now, one of these screws, I think it was this bottom one. Yep, so I don't know if you can see that bottom screw. I had to use a Dremel tool to make it into a flathead screw, because this screw was so stripped out. So I had to make a slot, and I was able to reuse it, which is nice. So it's a flathead screw now. As far as these other screws go, they came out like nothing, so I just put some WD-40 as penetrating oil, and these came out like no other, except for that one screw I mentioned. So yeah, that is the restoration video of these two Dukane 5A30 horns, and now they are IKEA theme, we'll call it over here.